It's a rivalry that defines the sport. One that everyone points to when asked what makes a good or classic rivalry in college football. The Scarlet and Gray against the Maize and Blue. Two diametrically opposed programs who will meet again to continue a rivalry that has had everything from Heisman statements to pepper spray at midfield. And the Wolverines ready to kick it away first. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Buckeyes offense will go on the attack first. Last time these two met, Ohio State didn't just fight that team across the field. They pretty much knocked them out, stomping Michigan.
Yeah, it was a heavyweight knockout, too. They were throwing haymakers right from the opening bell. We know that Ohio State recruits at such a high caliber, and they're consistently pumping guys into the NFL. First-round talent as well. Last year's game, all of their best players, they showed up there.
And Michigan had no answer, and now does Michigan have an answer this year? Because it's another talented Buckeye team. Every year you're going to play the Buckeyes, they're going to be talented. Michigan has to make the game physical. Michigan has to play their brand of football if they want to change the outcome.
The run inside. It's Jackson. Surges across the 30, out to the 32, a 6-yard run. They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. They'll give it on the counter. Slams ahead for a yard out to the 33. It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. Saying from the gun on 3rd down. Makes the grab. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. The Buckeyes with the 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Jackson. Runs through a tackle. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs later in football.
And here's a fumble way behind the line.
Man, this is why you practice 5 points of pressure with the football. You cannot put the ball on the ground. Doesn't matter how many defenders are around you or how hard you get hit. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win games.
Some 3rd down conversions tougher than others. This one, a long one on 3rd down from the 43. Say it. Swings it out to his running back. There he goes. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the 1st. And the Buckeyes will bring the punt team onto the field. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. The Wolverines offense gets to come out for its first possession of the game. And here comes Jordan Marshall. In their last win, he had a 100-yard game and scored 3 times. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Leaves it with the back. Squeezes ahead for a couple. They'll get it out to the 9.
And I think this is the key in this game, man. These rivalry games, it's about passion, it's about emotion. And coming to this game, we saw him last week, man. He had over 100. Last year in the blowout, he was a non-factor. He's got to be the catalyst in this game. You can't have a repeat of what happened a year ago, where you're throwing the football because you're behind and you got beat down. Got to establish the line of scrimmage.
And they'll stop him just short of the 1st down, just inches away from moving the sticks.
Early in the game, I love getting my quarterback in a rhythm. Easy pitch and catch. You've thrown him 4,000 times. Not big shots, but just put you in nice positions on the next downs coming up.
Brought down at the 20. It's a 1st down as this offense tries to get something going from deep in its own territory. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the
this is going to be the matchup for this defense all game long, containing the QB speed, because he can get out and he can roll. Nice job early in this football game, judging his speed, getting out there, getting the sack, and most importantly, getting a hit on him early in this football game so he can physically feel you, and those hits can start to add up throughout a football game.
On the move. Maybe a crease. A little more space. Open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30.
Man, the evolution of the quarterback position. Basically, you should call them running backs who throw the ball really well now.
And guys, you know the other thing that happens here is that sets up the next play because you've sort of left the defensive line gassed trying to run down the quarterback.
Oh, you got to be in shape, chasing him around all day on design runs, on scrambles, and, you know, it's just, and the +1 advantage you get by having that guy. It's so hard to defend.
Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. This rivalry has a deep and storied history. Plenty of memorable moments. Here are a few of them. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm as we start the second quarter. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Here's Underwood. Zings it complete to the right. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
You know, the beautiful thing about being a quarterback is you can throw a little drag route, and they can take it 60. When you got fast playmakers on the outside that you can get the ball in their hands really quickly, great things can happen. 1 yard.
Oh, he's got some space. This defense giving up ground as he's finally knocked down at the 26.
And that's the danger on 3rd and short as a defense, right? You line all those bodies up close to the line of scrimmage. If you let the running back into the second level, you know it's going to be a big one. A nice effort that time by the safety, making a touchdown-saving tackle.
The Wolverines have it with a 1st and 10. They think there's room to run to the right here. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Put themselves in a bit of a bind with that last one is 2nd and 14. The offense changing the play. Here's Underwood to throw. Right on the money. And that stiff arm is a weapon for this runner. He uses it and picks up a first down. And the Wolverines go back to work after moving the chains through the air. They'll run it. It's Marshall. Here's a little room there. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. They'll give it to the back. And he was fortunate to get that one back to the line of scrimmage at the 5. No gain on the play. Muscling ahead on 3rd and short. Down to the 3-yard line, and that's where they'll have it 1st and goal.
That's a great job on 3rd down and short. Just being physical by this offense and moving the ball down the field. You take the ball to start the game, really setting the tone. How big would...
Beck's going for the goal line. And he surges across the line. Touchdown, Michigan! Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. That is what they mean when they say ball control. A 14-play touchdown drive. And close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. Fielded in the end zone, it's Cross. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Ohio State sending out the offense to start this drive. They're looking for something, looking for anything to try to put some kind of score on the board, down 7-0. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. And they got the completion, but no yards. Now they need to go forward to avoid a 3rd and long. Say it. Fires to the middle. Got his man downfield. And a little more space. Open up that playbook even more as they pick up the 1st down out to the 30. The Buckeyes, right after the huge play through the air, back to the line. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. 2nd down, clock's running. To the air, it's Sayin. Here's the pressure. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Yeah, and you don't see that often, right? This guy is elite. He's one of the best in the business. This is what he does for a living, obviously. That's why he gets paid millions of dollars. Yes, NIL is real. So I don't expect many misses from this guy like that.
Lined up in the gun on 3rd down. Say it. They're working that left side. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. The Buckeyes will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Steps into this one and unleashes a booming punt. My goodness. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. It's complete to the right. Still running at the 40. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the 1st down. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. Quarterback keeps it. And the defense snows him under after a very short game. Michigan wants to stop the clock. They'll use the timeout. It's their 2nd. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this 1st half. Here's a quick throw out to the left. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks.
How about this offense? They're rolling. They got a couple 1st downs together. Defense. Next, what's your response? What do you got? You got to make some adjustments here.
The Wolverines getting set on 1st and 10. Throwing, Underwood. Finds the tight end. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield. But how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the 1st? Michigan choosing to spend its final timeout here. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. Short pickup of 4 on 1st down, dealing with a 2nd and 6. Runs through the tackle. They'll wrestle him down just short of the 1st down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one. This will likely be the last play of the half. Again, it's Underwood. He can't make the grab. It's incomplete, but there is a flag, and I believe this is going to be pass interference.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
So with only seconds left in the half, here comes the field goal unit. Right down the boulevard. It's good. Now, there is a flag down on the play, but when you knock through a field goal from that distance and you're not going to get the 1st down, I think you just keep your points. They'll decline the penalty here, and the result of the play stands. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update.
Number 96, set to kick off.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Tackled and brought down at the 23-yard line, so not a whole lot of room on that return. What do you got on the sideline, Holly?
Guys, here to start the 3rd in the third quarter. The coaches are yelling, we've got this, we've got this. Let's see if they get off to a good start here in the third. I'll keep you posted.
Really good surge that time by the offensive line. You saw all those bodies by the defense being pushed backwards. That opened up the crease for the ball carrier. He's able to get a really nice gain there, setting up 2nd and inches.
They'll go to the fullback. Might have a chance. And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42.
First down for the offense.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Running to the left. 9-yard pickup on the play. It's now 2nd and 1.
And it's going to be interesting to watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing, and offenses can sometimes get conservative. That's 2 runs back-to-back. Do they get more aggressive and try to bring more guys near the line of scrimmage, not let them waste time, and try to get their offense the football back?
Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. And the Wolverines are flying down the field. Looking for room. It's Marshall. Turning it on. Got enough for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The Wolverines back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. They'll ride the hot hand. He'll be brought down inside the 10-yard line at the 9. An explosive play in the running game moves the sticks for the first down, but there is an injured player on the field. Trainers are out there having a look at this freshman defensive tackle to see if he is going to be able to continue. And the Wolverines line it up with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. Now 2nd and goal, and right in the teeth of this noise. Tries again to get it in. Touchdown Wolverines. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They built a comfortable lead, and Michigan is firmly in control.
Hail to the victors has been playing. This team has handled the moment, handled the game as well as any Michigan team we've seen. They know every year this will be a fight, but Michigan has brought it, and Ohio State hasn't responded.
And I think Michigan has just done a better job executing here in the second half. I love the way they mixed in the run with the pass offensively. Defensively, they're doing a great job communicating. They're just the more locked-in team here late in the game.
That one never had a chance. Incomplete.
Well, you can see the mindset of this offense changing quickly. We're in the late in the third quarter. They're down on the scoreboard. They've got to get aggressive. They've got to throw the ball if they want a chance to win this game. But the defense knows it. It's going to be really hard for this quarterback now. The windows are going to be small like it was that time throwing the incompletion.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
And the Buckeyes send out the punt unit. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Oh, that punt has been cleared for takeoff. Look at it go. Fields the punt and tries to help improve that field position. Cover guys getting down to do their job, and they'll stop him at the 15. So here comes the Michigan offense. And they've found no answer so far. Already to the end zone twice, tacked on a field goal, and now back for more. Gets it out to the 20 after a pickup of 4.
And we talked about this guy coming in the game, man. He's a dude. Like, he's a guy that they're going to feature, they're going to give the football to. He's so good with the ball in his hands, so why would you not hand it to him as much as possible? They're doing it early, and he's getting some chunk yardage. This defense, they knew about him, but now...
There's a crease. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down. Following that run, we have a player who is shaken up. You hate to see an injury any time. Holly's going to keep an eye on that and get us up to date on what the situation is. With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. They go to the ground. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They've got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill faster.
Well, I love the job by the offensive line, getting a good push there on second down, and you see guys bleeding into the second level of the defense getting a hat-on-hat to go get that first.
Takes the handoff. It's Marshall. Breaks into the open. Oh, what a big play for this offense as they get it to the 33-yard line.
Nice job getting outside, right? Those running backs, they get on those tracks, they run outside. Now they're in the open field. It's so tough. Those safeties are flying down, try to get an angle, but you could tell the speed sets them up, makes the big play out to the left.
Very close to putting a bow on this one. Gives us a minute to check out the top 25 here in the final week of the season and to wonder what type of impact this result will have on these rankings. As we start the fourth quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. So first down will open up the final period. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Oh, he got loose. And how much running room have they been able to find on the ground? Man, are they piling up some gaudy rushing stats.
Everything going the offense's way. They're trying to ice this game late. They've got a really nice lead, so you just want to run the ball, high percentage throws, and keep the chains moving, and they're doing that. This has been a beautiful drive to watch. Offense continues to stay in a nice rhythm here late.
He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. Second and goal for the offense. They'll keep it on the ground, looking for the end zone. He was looking for some place to put his foot in the ground, but the defense was everywhere, and he's knocked down behind the line. It's third and goal and a long way from the end zone. Underwood. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play, and I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver, he's going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
Now, the offense is still out there. They're taking a gamble here. They could come up empty by passing on the field goal here on fourth down. Rushes on him. And it's a sack.
You know, there are a lot of people watching this game that are thinking to themselves, where's the sportsmanship? You're blowing this team out. Why are you going for it on the fourth down? Why not just punt, give it back, and just leave here with a double? That's because this...
Finding some room. That'll be good enough for a first down. They'll mark it at the 30. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wide receiver going in motion. Here's Julian Sayin to throw. Unleashes one. And the shot to the middle of the field falls to the turf. Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Dropping back, it's Sayin. Floats it out in space. Really short gain on that one. Defense all over it. The Buckeyes want to crank the tempo. From the gun on third down, Sayin. And the defense, they've got him at the 27. They're going to go for it, and they're not going to huddle here on fourth down. Sayin to throw for it on fourth. And it's knocked away, and they don't convert on fourth down. They'll stop the clock momentarily here to check on the injured Wolverine. That's the senior safety being evaluated by medical personnel. Holly will let us know what's going on with him. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. So thanks to the defense, they take over, big lead in hand, and an opportunity to run this clock out if they so choose. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
They'll stop the clock momentarily here to check on the injured Wolverine. Down to the 16-yard line. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive.
You got to give the coaching staff credit because they really do focus all season long on situational football with the lead late in the game. If we're on offense, we're trying to stay in bounds. We're trying to bleed the clock. And after ripping off a really nice run, that guy knew, I've got to get down. I cannot get pushed out of bounds, cannot get tackled out of bounds. Really, really nice job.
He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. In all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. The Wolverines have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. He's going for the goal line. Touchdown, Wolverines! And the route is on. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row. That score looks as if this one might have put it a little too far out of reach.
Yeah, this game's pretty much over. That was just the icing on the cake. But, you know, speaking of cake, I'm kind of hungry. Can we get out of here? Can we finish this game so I can go get something to eat?
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Here's Sayin to throw. Swings it out to the flat. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. Looking for a man. It's Sayin. Fires on the move. He makes the catch. Big play. Takes him into bus territory. He's out of bounds at the 47. The Buckeyes come to the line after the big connection and going back to work. Looking downfield on 1st down. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Touchdown, Buckeyes! Rolled into the end zone, and this crowd was eating it up.
And this offense finally gets something together and gets on the scoreboard. It's not over yet, but this is a good sign, man. They got the positive momentum. See if they can build on this, even though we're in the 4th quarter.
So they'll decline the penalty, pleased with the results of that last play. At this point, a comeback would take one of the biggest miracles in the history of the sport, but they'll line up for the onside kick. They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it.
Well, trailing by as much as they are here in the 4th quarter, no big surprise. They're going to go onside kick, and obviously their opponent was ready for it. They hop on the football, and they're going to ice this game.
We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. On the direct snap, it's Marshall. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Back has it. Defense played the Wildcat very well on that one, stopping them for a short gain.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
They'll turn to the Wildcat to keep this drive alive. Direct snap. Makes it past the marker. They get him on the ground, but it'll be enough for the first down, and they might mark that down to use the Wildcat again. We thought we'd see a little Wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Snap to the back. Powers through the defender. And the final play is just a short gain, and we're at the end of the game. They cross out all of the M's on...